Hi, I'm Luke Gilfillan. Welcome to the Lounge with Luke Gilfillan. Alrighty, so I know it's very cold outside. I'm sure all of you have been inside the whole day. Currently, we might be breaking the record for Chicago history. I think the record is negative 27 actual degrees. Right now, it supposedly feels like negative 40 degrees outside, so I'm sure you guys are all inside, and that's perfect for me because you'll be listening to my podcast, and it's great. We got a couple things to go over today, including Virginia proposes a bill to allow abortion until birth. Chuck Schumer says that Governor candidate Stacy Abrams will give the State of the Union response, and majority favor Medicare for all in polling data, but there's a big catch and whatnot. So first off, Virginia Democrats, you may remember a while ago we probably last week before that, we covered a story of New York actually passing a bill allowing or taking all restrictions off abortion, meaning abortion, if you did an abortion a minute before the child was born, you wouldn't be prosecuted for it because it's legal. So they basically just made it legal by just saying we're not going to prosecute you for it. So let's start off with that. Virginia Democratic delegate Kathy Tran proposed legislation last week in Virginia's House of Delegates that would allow abortions up until the moment of birth. The Repeal Act, known as House Business, or House, I don't know how state things are read, 2491 would eliminate all existing restrictions on abortion in the state of Virginia. A summary of the bill states, it eliminates the requirement that an abortion in the second trimester of pregnancy and prior to the third trimester be performed in a hospital, so abortion doesn't have to be in a hospital. The bill eliminates all procedures and processes, including the performance of an ultrasound, are required to effect a woman's informed written consent to the performance of an abortion. However, the bill does not change the requirement that a woman's informed written consent be first obtained. The bill eliminates the requirement that two other physicians certify that a third trimester abortion is necessary to prevent the woman's death or impairment of her mental or physical health. So, yeah, they used to have it so that three physicians would have to certify that the abortion was necessary for to prevent the woman's death or her physical or mental health being damaged. So now they only need one, I think that's what that means, as well as the need to find any such impairment to the woman's health would be substantial and irremediable. The bill also removes language classifying facilities that perform 5 or more first trimester abortions per month as hospital for the purpose of complying with regulations establishing minimum standards for hospitals. For women seeking reproductive care, the additional costs and obstacles imposed by existing regulation could potentially include unpaid time off work, hospital fees, and other emotional distress, Tran said, according to the Virginia Gazette. These restrictions harm women and have disproportionate effects on low-income women and women of color in Virginia. That's all for that. So, you guys might remember from the first episode, I might have said this, Stacy Abrams, who was a Georgia governor candidate, and she was the big guy, everyone was oh, whoa, Stacy Abrams. So I guess she's popular for whatever reason. So here, this article is titled Chuck Schumer said, okay, it's by Ashley Shao at dailywire.com. After the president gives his State of the Union speech, the opposition party gets a chance to respond. Typically, the opposition party chooses someone elected to a high position, such as senator or governor, whom they feel is the leader of their party, or maybe an up-and-coming leader. That is not the case this year. So, basically, State of the Union thing, Trump goes to the House of Representatives, he gives its big speech about what's going on and stuff, and then the opposition party usually just responds to it and whatnot. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say and whatnot. I'm very deeply apologize for that. On Tuesday, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer of New York told reporters that Stacy Abrams, who lost the Georgia governor's race in 2018, will deliver the Democrats' response to President Donald Trump's State of the Union speech. Schumer said he and House Majority Leader Nancy Pelosi both agreed that Abrams should give the response. She has led the charge for voting rights, which is at the root of just about everything else, Schumer said while making the announcement. Abrams still refuses to concede the election, which she lost, and has since launched a campaign to question the legitimacy of the results. So basically, she claimed that she only lost because votes were being suppressed and stuff, and she lost, by only a little bit, and she's just complaining about that results and stuff. So a while ago, Kamala Harris, she said, or on a CNN town hall, I think it was, Kamala Harris said she was in favor of Medicare for all. We kind of already knew this. Medicare for all would mean basically government pays all the insurance stuff, and yeah, that's basically it. It's like Medicare, but for everyone, not just people over 65. So, this is according to Grace Sparks at CNN. Most Americans want a version of Medicare for everyone, which is good news for presidential candidate Senator Kamala Harris and other Democrats who support Medicare for all, a national health care plan proposal in which people would get their insurance from a single government plan. Well, a majority of Americans strongly or somewhat favor Medicare for all, which was 56% when they were asked about. This is according to a Kaiser Family Foundation poll. In January, significantly more, 74% favored creating a national government-administered health plan similar to Medicare that allows people to keep the coverage they have if they prefer it. So they want Medicare for all, but you keep your plan, which is very hard to create. Nearly half of Republicans, 47%, are in favor of creating a national government-administered health plan that if it allows people to keep their coverage, compared with only 23% of Republicans who favor Medicare for all as it is. A form of single-payer health insurance, a little over half, 53% of independents favor Medicare for all. In fact, after being told that Medicare for all plan may eliminate all private health insurance companies, only 37% of Americans still favor the proposal, and 58% opposed it, which was... Kamala Harris also said that she was in favor of breaking up private health insurance companies. Most people don't think Medicare for all means they would have to give up their current insurance. 55% said they thought that it would be able to keep their insurance under such a plan, which is probably not correct, and 37.5% said they wouldn't. Most people, 77%, said that the plan would result in higher taxes, or said that they understand that the plan was a result in higher taxes. Around half of registered voters, 47%, said in a September NBC/Wall Street Journal poll that they would be more likely to vote for a candidate for Congress who favors Medicare for all, defined in this case as a single-payer healthcare system in which all Americans would get the health insurance from one government plan that is financed in part by taxes. But Democrats still aren't sure how to proceed. Around half of Democrats and Democratic-leading independents said Democrats in the House should focus on improving and protecting the 2010 Affordable Care Act. The other half wanted to focus on passing a national Medicare for all plan from the Kaiser poll. So that's all we have for today. We'll be here tomorrow probably, and Saturday and Sunday. So we'll have 4 episodes this week, which is going to be a lot of stuff. So be sure to subscribe, and thanks for listening. Thanks so much for listening. The Lounge with Luke Gilfillan comes out every Saturday and Sunday. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you would be interested in getting notified every time a video comes out, hit the gray bell right next to the subscribe button. Credits, sources, and errors are in the description. If you find an error that I missed, please put it in the comments section. If you are interested in donating to my channel, because I bought recording equipment, which kind of costed a lot, my Patreon, which is a donation site, is in the description. If you have any feedback, put it in the comments section. Toodaloo.